All right, welcome back everyone for another deep dive. This time we're tackling ancient Hindu cosmology and, specifically the Brahma Purana. You sent us this incredible audio excerpt and we're excited to break it down, really get into it.
Yeah, it's really something. It's packed with these really vivid descriptions of the universe,
Yeah, it is. So, right off the bat, the excerpt paints this picture of the cosmos and it all starts with the Earth.
Yeah. So the Brahma Purana says the Earth's a sphere, right? And it stretches out as far as the sunlight can reach.
Yeah.
Basically, above the Earth, you have these layers and layers of celestial realms.
Layers, huh? Like a cosmic onion. And they use yojanas to measure these layers, right?
Yeah.
So, what's a yojana? I mean, give us a sense of the scale here. Is it like saying something's, light years away?
Well, directly converting yojanas is kind of tricky. Some scholars say it's about 9 miles. Others say closer to 5. But the point is, the distances they're talking about, they're massive. Actually, like the sun's 1 million yojanas above Earth, and then the moon, right, that is another 1 million yojanas above the sun. It's definitely meant to show you how huge the cosmos is,
Yeah, it puts things in perspective. And within these crazy distances, the excerpt talks about a specific order for all the celestial bodies. It's not just random, is it?
Oh, absolutely not. It
No.
goes sun and moon, then you've got your constellations, and then the planets like Mercury and Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, the usual suspects. Then you get to the Saptarishi constellation, the 7 sages, and finally you reach Dhruva, which is the pole star.
Okay, so this whole progression, it's not just about physical distance, though, right?
Yeah.
There's also this hierarchical element, right?
Exactly. Dhruva, the pole star, it's not just any star.
Mm-hmm.
It's seen as the center of it all, the celestial sphere, the unmoving point that everything else revolves around. So it represents constancy in a universe that's always in motion.
So we're moving away from Earth, but also toward this kind of cosmic center, which is Dhruva. But then it doesn't stop there, right?
Yeah.
The excerpt talks about these lokas.
Right, yeah. Above Dhruva, you have the 7 lokas, the realms of existence. And this is where it gets interesting, They introduce this idea of perishable realms versus eternal realms.
Perishable versus eternal. Whoa, okay, that's pretty intense. What
Yeah.
makes a realm one or the other?
It's all about kataka. And akakakaka is like the perishable stuff, subject to creation and destruction, like our Earth. That's a kataka realm.
So we're in the perishable zone, huh? Makes you think.
Right. And then you have the eternal lokas, they're akataka, beyond birth and death. And the first 4, those are Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, and then Satyaloka. They're said to be inhabited by these super enlightened beings.
So even within these eternal realms, there's levels, right? The higher you go, the more enlightened the beings, it seems. This whole cosmology is pointing towards some kind of spiritual ascent, wouldn't you say?
It definitely seems that way, yeah.
Yeah.
But here's where things get really interesting, right? This whole structure, Earth, planets, lokas, it's all contained within something called the Andakataha.
Andakataha. That sounds intense. What's that
It
exactly?
literally means eggshell. It's referring to this cosmic egg that encloses, the entire universe.
Wait, hold on. So the universe is inside a giant egg. Why an egg? It seems so specific.
Yeah, well, the egg is a powerful symbol, you see. In a lot of cultures, it represents potential, the beginning of everything. But in the Brahma Purana, it gets even more mind-boggling because the eggshell, that's just the first layer. There are actually 7 shells in total. Each one is 10 times bigger than the one before it.
Okay, my brain is officially struggling to picture this. What are these other layers made of then?
So going outward from the Andakataha, you've got shells of water, fire, air, and then ether, which is like space, right? Then you've got Mahatattva, the great element. And finally, the outermost one. That's Prakriti, primordial nature.
Prakriti. We've gone from literal Earth to some pretty abstract ideas here. Break down Prakriti for us and the listener. What's it represent in this cosmic egg thing?
Prakriti, well, it's like the source of it all. Think of it like the cosmic womb where everything comes from. It's infinite, it's undifferentiated potential, and it holds not just our universe, but get this, countless others.
Countless others. So the Brahma Purana is suggesting a multiverse here. Things are getting pretty heady. But with all these shells and forces at play, where does Vishnu fit into all of this? He's kind of a big deal, right?
He is, yeah. The Brahma Purana really emphasizes Vishnu and his power, Shakti. It's described as the driving force behind both creation and destruction. It's all about the interaction between Prakriti and Purusha.
Okay, Prakriti we've got, but remind us, Purusha, what's that? And how do they interact to create the universe?
Think of Purusha as like the conscious principle, the masculine counterpart to Prakriti's feminine energy, right? So the universe comes into being through their interplay and then eventually dissolves again and again. It's like a vast cosmic dance.
So not a one-time creation event, but a cyclical process fueled by these primordial forces. And this cycle, it's all connected to karma too, right?
Yeah, karma's like the principle of cause and effect.
Yeah.
Every action, it adds to the universe's overall energy, and that influences this whole cycle of creation and destruction. It's not just watching from the sidelines. Our actions have cosmic consequences.
Whoa. Okay, so we've gone from the structure of the universe to these like super abstract concepts, Prakriti and Purusha, all the way to our own actions impacting the cosmos. But there's this one detail I got to ask about, the Shishimara chakra. I mean, a cosmic dolphin? That's just wild. Can you tell us about that?
It's definitely a striking image, yeah. The Shishimara chakra is this celestial formation shaped like a dolphin,
Oh, my.
specifically a Ganges River dolphin.
Okay, so we got this cosmic dolphin swimming through space. What's the significance? Is it just like a cool image, or is there something more to it?
Oh, there's definitely more to it. Remember Dhruva, the pole star? The center of everything. Well, in the Shishimara chakra, Dhruva's in the dolphin's tail.
The pole star is in the tail.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm following.
And as Dhruva rotates, it pulls all the other celestial bodies along with it. It's like this giant cosmic carousel with the Shishimara chakra at the center, guiding the whole universe.
Okay, that's an amazing image. Wait, but there's more, isn't there? The foundation of this cosmic dolphin?
The foundation, the thing that supports the entire Shishimara chakra, is Vishnu himself. He's there, residing in the dolphin's heart.
So Vishnu is the heart of this cosmic dolphin. The dolphin guides the motion of the universe, and our actions influence this whole cosmic dance. This is mind-blowing.
It really puts the human experience in perspective, doesn't it?
It does. And what's so fascinating to me is that it's not just like abstract, esoteric knowledge. It feels like they're trying to tell us something about reality itself, our place within it. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. But we'll dive deeper into that in part 2 of this deep dive.
I can't wait. We'll be right back after a quick break.
You know, it's wild how the Brahma Purana takes these big, like, cosmological ideas and makes them feel, like, personal, you know?
Right. It's not just like a boring textbook. It's like a roadmap, but not just for the universe, but like for us too.
Exactly. And the imagery, right? That Shishimara chakra, the cosmic dolphin with Vishnu in its heart, that's powerful stuff.
It is. And it makes you wonder, was this meant to be taken literally? Like, did ancient astronomers actually believe this is what the universe looked like?
That's the million-dollar question. Some scholars say, yeah, literal representation. Others say it's more symbolic, pointing to deeper truths.
So it's up to us to kind of figure out what it means, how it applies to our lives.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these texts have been debated for centuries.
That's what makes it so interesting. It's not just facts. It's like joining this ongoing conversation.
Right, exactly. And in that conversation, we can, challenge our own ideas, expand our understanding of everything.
Speaking of challenging ideas, a cosmic egg with multiple universes, that's a lot to process. Like, our current view of space seems so tiny compared to that.
It definitely stretches the imagination. But that's what's cool about these old cosmologies, They force us to consider these, like, crazy possibilities.
A mental workout.
Totally. And the more we stretch, the more flexible our minds become.
So instead of being intimidated by these, like, mind-bending concepts, we should lean into them.
Exactly. The universe is full of mystery, right? Our understanding of it should be too.
Okay, back to that multiverse idea. The Brahma Purana doesn't give us all the details, but it does suggest there are other universes out there. What does that mean for us, philosophically? Does it change how we view our own existence?
It brings up some big questions.
Yeah.
Like, if there are infinite universes, are there infinite possibilities? Infinite versions of ourselves?
Whoa, infinite versions of ourselves. That's wild. Makes you wonder what they're doing, what choices they've made.
Right. It really challenges the idea that our lives are predetermined, that there's only one path.
Maybe there's endless possibilities, endless choices. It's kind of exciting, but also a little scary.
A natural response. These concepts should make us think differently about ourselves and the world.
So it's not just about learning about other cultures, it's about expanding our consciousness.
I love that. It's
Right.
recognizing our limited understanding and opening ourselves to new ways of seeing things.
It's remembering there's always more to learn, more to discover, and the journey itself is important.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. But let's bring it back down to earth for a sec. Some listeners might be thinking, okay, cool, but how does this apply to me? I'm not dealing with cosmic eggs every day.
Right, so how do we bridge that gap? ancient cosmology to modern life?
Well, one way is to look for the underlying principles and see how they show up in our lives.
Give us an example.
Sure, like that interconnectedness in the Sushumna chakra. Everything's connected. Just like Vishnu supporting the whole universe from the heart of that dolphin.
So that same interconnectedness applies to us too.
Totally. Our actions, thoughts, everything, it's all connected to the web of life. It's not just a metaphor, it's real.
So how do we experience that in our daily lives? What does it look like?
Think about it. The air we breathe, the food we eat, our relationships, it all shows how connected we are. We need each other, and our actions affect others.
So it's not just an abstract idea, it's about understanding the real-world implications.
Exactly. When you realize your actions have consequences that ripple out, it makes you feel responsible.
It makes you more mindful, more aware of your impact. We're all in this together, right?
Exactly. And that awareness can be empowering. You have the ability to make a difference.
Which brings us back to karma. How does that fit in with all this?
Karma is all about cause and effect.
Yeah.
Every action has consequences that come back around. It's not about punishment, but understanding that your actions create energy that will return to you.
So not some cosmic scorekeeper, but understanding that actions have consequences for us and the world.
Right. And not just physical actions, but thoughts and intentions too.
Our thoughts have power, like they affect the world.
Absolutely. They shape how we see things, influence our choices, create our reality.
So if we want to create a positive reality, it starts with our thoughts.
Exactly. Remember that description of creation? It's driven by Prakriti and Purusha, the feminine and masculine energies.
Right, those primordial forces. So you're saying those forces are within us too.
Exactly. We have the capacity for action and awareness, conscious choice. We're not just puppets of fate. We shape our destiny.
This is starting to sound like a self-help book.
Maybe there's not much difference between that and ancient cosmology.
Sure. So understanding these ancient ideas can give us insights into our own lives.
Absolutely. It's a framework for understanding our place in the universe and how to live more consciously.
This is inspiring, but let's be real. Life can be overwhelming. How can these ancient teachings help with that?
It's about perspective. When you think about how vast the universe is and how time moves in cycles, our problems seem smaller.
Like, don't sweat the small stuff, but also understanding that in the grand scheme of things, they might not be so important.
Exactly. And that helps you stay calm, resilient.
So instead of getting lost in the drama, we tap into that inner stillness, that connection to something bigger.
Exactly. And that connection can be your guide when you're feeling lost. It's like an inner compass.
This has been incredible. We've gone from the structure of the universe to the power of our own thoughts. Amazing.
And there's still more to explore. We'll go even deeper in the final part of this deep dive.
It's amazing, throughout this whole exploration of the Brahma Purana's cosmology, it just keeps coming back to this idea of a divine presence in everything. It's not just random stars and planets. There's intelligence behind it.
It's true. Yeah, whether it's Vishnu in the heart of that Sushumna chakra or that interplay of Prakriti and Purusha driving creation, it's always pointing to this cosmic order, like a divine plan in everything.
And that plan isn't random, right? It follows these principles of balance and harmony, which we see reflected in, the concept of karma. It's like the universe is, it's like a mirror showing us the energy we put out there.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really emphasizes that we're not just watching this cosmic dance, we're in it.
Yeah.
Our choices, actions, thoughts, they all affect the harmony or disharmony of it all.
So it's not enough to just understand these ideas, right? We have to live them. But how do we do that?
Yeah.
How do we align ourselves with this cosmic order, especially with, everyday life being so busy?
Well, I think it starts with just being aware, becoming more mindful in everything you do, paying attention to your thoughts, your words, your actions, and how they affect you and those around you.
So slowing down, tuning in, being more conscious of the choices we're making all the time.
Exactly. And recognizing that interconnectedness, right? We're not alone. We're part of this huge web of life.
Yeah.
And what we do, it has ripple effects.
It makes me think of that Sushumna chakra, again, Vishnu, in the dolphin's heart, guiding the universe. It's such a beautiful image of support and connection.
It is, yeah. And it reminds us that even when things feel chaotic, there's this constant presence, a guiding force supporting us.
It is comforting to know we're not alone in all of this, that there's something bigger holding it all together. But even knowing that, life can still be tough, right? Challenges, setbacks, doubts. How does this ancient wisdom help us through those times?
Well, I think these teachings offer perspective. When you think about how vast the universe is, how time moves in these cycles, our problems, they can seem a bit smaller, less overwhelming. Not that they're not important, but you see them differently.
Right. It's that this too shall pass idea. Everything's temporary,
Yeah.
even the hard stuff that can be really freeing.
Exactly. And when you add to that the understanding that we're connected to something divine, something that wants the best for us, it can bring hope, even when things are tough.
So trusting that even when it's chaotic, there's a deeper order at work and that we have the strength to handle whatever comes our way.
Exactly. And that strength, it comes from our connection to that divine source. It's always there for us. We just have to remember to tap into it.
That's a beautiful thought. And that's something we all need to hear, especially these days. It's easy to lose sight of that inner stillness, that connection to something bigger with all the noise out there.
It is, yeah. But these ancient teachings remind us that we have the power to choose awareness over autopilot, connection over isolation, inner peace over all the chaos.
Well said. So, to our listener, we encourage you to keep exploring these ideas for yourself. Dive into the Brahma Purana, think about the Shushumara chakra, and most importantly, look for ways to bring these ideas into your own life. Interconnectedness, awareness, that divine support.
It's a journey, this self-discovery, this understanding of the cosmos. It's a lifelong process. Embrace the mystery, the wonder. It's amazing what you'll find.
It has been an amazing journey, this deep dive. Thank you for joining us.
Until next time.